Hi, I'm Jordan from Kettner Creative. In this video, I want to tell you why we use Flex Rental Solutions for our inventory management for our audiovisual and production company. Now, whether you love AV gear or if you're looking to scale your event business, we produce a whole bunch of different videos like this. So if you want to see videos about something that you have a question about, please leave a comment in this comment section below. If you just want to see more videos and learn more about the industry and the gear that we use, please like and subscribe. Now, why do we use Flex Rental Solutions? Before we went shopping for another inventory management software, we were using a vendor that was starting to break when we hit about 800 SKUs. It was no longer fast, a quick drag and drop, and things like client management weren't happening very well. So we went shopping. Now the list of things that we were looking for was quite short, but we found them to be super important. One, we wanted a predictable pricing structure. Now Flex has flat rate pricing, and you can add little modules to it if you want, like if you want the Quickbooks module, but it's all predictable, and they've been super fair to us. We've never been like price jacked or anything crazy. I think they raised the price once, but we saw it coming 6 months in advance. They've been really fair, and I think that their value proposition is extremely high. We wanted it to be cloud-based. We wanted an inventory management software that I could use on a PC, a Mac, my tablet, my phone. Wherever I am, I wanted to be able to look at the quotes that were open and be able to kind of wheel and deal when I'm out at events. Now, we do have a sales office here, but it's still important to me to see what's going on when I'm out and about at different events. Branding is also super important to us. The ability to create a custom-looking quote and barcode are very important. All our branding on all our cases and everything that we do is important to us. Now with Flex, it's funny because a lot of people use Flex. So in Vancouver, there's probably 12 to 15 different companies that use Flex, and they all have identical looking quotes with a different logo slapped in the top corner. So if you went to an AV company and you got 5 different quotes, ours stands out immediately. And I think that that's important. Now, if you go with Flex, I highly recommend. It is a bit of a time and money investment to get the custom looking quote, but get it designed properly by a proper designer and make sure it's on brand. It makes a big difference, and it is a reason that we win more quotes because we look like we're more professional and organized. Now, the other thing that we take advantage of is the ability to create vanity names. Now, I don't think a lot of other companies do this with Flex, but it's really important to us. A lot of our customers, even something like a SM58, they don't know what that is, and they don't care what that is. So on our quotes, we like putting things like wired microphone. Anybody with a grade 3 reading comprehension can understand what a wired microphone is compared to a wireless microphone. When you go wireless microphone, they don't care if it's Shure ULX, BLX, ULXD, doesn't matter, right? So we just put things like wired microphone. Now, if we're working with a production company, they want to see those nitty-gritty details. So we can choose to, with one click, we can choose to show them exactly what's in each container. But for something like Shure or wired microphone, that will have a child element. That's a Shure SM58. And that Shure SM58 also has children, which is a mic clip, a 25-foot XLR, a 50-foot XLR, and a microphone stand. Now, when we drag this into Flex, we also have it set up to prompt us. Do we want a tabletop microphone stand, or do we want any other little options that are optional with that microphone? That is super cool. It's not one size fits all. Depending on the inventory item that you have, you can choose to let Flex prompt you and ask about the different accessories. So that perfect parent-child structure works really well for us. In our history with Kettner Creative, we've done about 10,000 different events. Now, with 10,000 different events, we've had 2 truck drivebacks for more equipment because we mispacked. Flex has been absolutely perfect. Both of those truck drivebacks have been because a client has called us when we're driving out the driveway and they've added something and we didn't use Flex for the pack. We just eyeballed it, we forgot an IEC cable or something super silly like that. So Flex itself, if you set it up properly and you take the time to build a good parent-child structure and ship everything that you think you might need, it's bulletproof. The warehouse teams can't screw it up. They can't complete the order without physically scanning each item. Now for us, we're quite excessive. Like if you drag in a 10-channel mixer, that's what the client sees, 10-channel mixer. That item has a ton of children elements. It has green and black gaff tape. It has a 50-foot extension cord. It has a 6-outlet power bar. It has the power supply for the mixer itself. It has a soft bag for the mixer itself. It has a black Sharpie. It has 2 balanced 1/4-inch to XLR cables in case you need to use the aux out on the board. It has 2 what we call laptop audio cables, which is 8 to stereo 1/4-inch cables. It has a lightning to 1/8-inch adapter. It has a USB-C to 1/8-inch adapter. So every 10-channel mixer gets all the things that you could possibly need to hook into it. Now, for us, that's super important. Other people just like saying 10-channel mixer and their warehouse team kind of eyeballs it. I don't like that. If my warehouse person calls in sick and we put somebody else in that role for the day, I want it to be bulletproof. And Flex is a big part of making that happen for us. Flex also does a reasonably good job about contact management. I don't have anything I don't like about it. It just does what it's supposed to do. I can have a company, we deal with 4 people at that company, and we can adjust, say, the discount level for the company, and that automatically applies to all the employees that work with us and get quotes for that company. So things like that are super handy. It does have a task management thing. So for a warehouse team, I can drop something in like, I want to do firmware updates on all our digital audio consoles or video switcher and all that. And then when they log into Flex, they'll see not only do they have to pack these jobs for this week, but these new tasks have arrived and here's some things that need to get done. It's a lot easier than sending emails or something through a different channel. It keeps everything organized in the screen that they're working on that day. Really cool thing that they do is they do RFID now. We haven't invested in it just because the RFID tags are so much, but it is obviously the way of the future. The fact that I can roll a cable trunk through an RFID scanner, it'll scan up to 100 items in that cable trunk, will massively speed up the check-in process after events. And especially for walk-in orders, if walk-in orders come in with a box of stuff, we just wave the wand over it and we know exactly what's in there. Stuff like that is super important. We just haven't quite had the time to do it, but it makes me feel good to know that the platform that we're on has it built in now. So that's super important to me. And it exports to Quickbooks. For our bookkeeping, we use Quickbooks, and Flex sends all the invoices through, which is awesome. Some things to think about when you're setting Flex up, whether or not you want items to be serialized or non-serialized. So serialized for us, a good example is XLR cables. It was important to me that I know where every single XLR cable is. Every single XLR cable is tracked uniquely across our inventory. Some people, for something like cable, will choose to go non-serialized. The quote will call for 40, 50-foot XLR cables, and they'll count out 40, they'll throw them in a box. For us, we scan all 40 of them, and we track where each one is. That might be overboard, but for us, for organization and keeping things perfect, it was important to me. Also, for asset management and insurance reasons, we know where all our assets are at all times, so that's helpful. Now, when do we use non-serialized items? We use non-serialized items if it's not practical to put a barcode on an item. So it's something like banjo drape or velour drape. We haven't found a good way to do it, and it's just as fast to count the items. It's less likely to screw up, so we don't serialize those items. We don't serialize things like drape hardware. When a huge bin of drape hardware comes back, it's way faster just to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're not going to screw it up the same way that you would screw up cable or adapters coming back. It's a lot more, it's more simple to get right. The error rate is far lower. And then any consumables. So obviously you're not going to track each battery or each roll of gaff tape. Consumables, you just want to count. This job needs 4 rolls of gaff tape. It gets 4 rolls of gaff tape. Now, what are the cons to using Flex? It's a pretty short list, but it's worth mentioning some of these. Obviously, if you're considering any inventory management software, there's a huge upfront labor cost. Now, for us, we were lucky. We got into Flex when we had about 800 SKUs. I think now we have close to 12 or 13,000. So that's a big difference. But for us, with 800 SKUs, It took 3 of us 10 days to go through the whole thing and do all the barcoding. And then after that, we changed the way that we did a couple things. We didn't want drape to be serialized anymore, and we kind of figured some things out. So it was really was like a 2 to 3 week process for only 800 SKUs. So be ready for that. A lot of people do this during the slow season, and a lot of people will bite off like one chunk at a time as they switch between systems. For us, we just pulled the trigger on a slow week when we were smaller, and we just did it. So just be ready for that labor cost up front. And then kind of related to that, there's obviously some lock-in, right? Once you do that labor cost, once you put flex barcodes on everything, you're not going to revisit this decision again for 10 years. It's too much work to switch. But Flex does a super good job of doing it. I'm not concerned about that, but being locked into your rental management platform obviously is a big concern, so just be aware of it, just because it is so much work if you ever change your mind. A couple things that I wish they did better. 2 things. I wish they had a good looking sales dashboard. I wish it knew that me as the owner, when I log in, the first thing I want to see when I log into Flex is I want to see March sales, April sales, and I want to see them on a line graph compared to year over year the last 3 years. I've emailed them a couple times. It doesn't sound like it's on their roadmap. And I can get that in QuickBooks, but I know other platforms do a really good job of showing that sales dashboard. I wish they had it. It has nothing to do with efficiency of the platform and whether or not Flex does its job. It's just, that's the thing I want to see when I log in. I want to know how we're doing. Quotes open, quotes closed, quotes canceled. I want to see that right off the top. I don't, like right now, the default screen is open quotes for the next 30 days. So anyway, that's what I want to see. And then the other big one that they've been struggling with, but they're trying to get rid of, is the desktop version of Flex still uses Flash. I remember when we joined in 2015, 2014, it was a problem. And they finally announced in 2017, something like that, that they're headed there. It's 2020 now. The sunset, like literally browsers are starting to not support Flash. It's becoming a bit of an issue, but my understanding is that they're months away. I'm so excited to get rid of Flash and be on something that's HTML5 based. So I hope that comes sooner than later. It's obviously the biggest thing on their roadmap. They're aware of it. They're working on it. Hopefully it gets resolved soon. But that's the big one. That's the big annoying. When you have a huge multi-day quote, man, sometimes it takes 30, 45 seconds for the quote page to load. But I will say the big thing at the end of the day, and I should have mentioned this off the top, is their support is amazing. I've emailed them at 10 p.m. I've emailed them at 1 a.m. I've emailed them during business hours. They have awesome support. They always get back to me within about 30 minutes. If you phone them during business hours, somebody's there, boom, it's fixed. And, or they'll walk you through. More often than not, I made the mistake. More often than not, I deleted their email that said that we're having a software update at 1 a.m. and here I am working in the warehouse at 1 a.m. and hey, it's not working. So I email them, Flex is down. They say, oh, it'll be back up in 9 minutes. Like, they respond right away. Their support is amazing. I think their pricing is bang on. Like, I feel like it's a ton of value for the dollar. And I think that once Flex 5 comes out, it's the perfect product for what we're looking for. If you have any specific questions about how we use Flex, they have a ton of YouTube videos. That's another thing they do really well. Their warehouse training, I can pretty much turn anybody loose on their YouTube channel and they get it right away. So the actual how-to videos I'm going to leave to them. This video is just why we use it and why I think they're the best in the business at what they do. If you have any questions, please leave it below. If you like this video or you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Comment about anything that you want to see related to the industry, and we're just going to keep cranking these videos out to be as helpful as we can. Thanks so much.